Okay. I will turn my video off after. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. I'm Dr. Nitin Shah, board member of Anikant Community Center. We are in our series of Thursday evenings. I think this is the third one. Thank you all for joining. We're going to start with some words of wisdom from Dr. Pranav Shah. I still have not received any specific questions from anybody. So we will proceed with Dr. Shah's plan, and then we will move on with yoga and meditation with Mrs. Parulben Shah, and then meditation back with Dr. Pranav Shah. You're on, Dr. Pranav.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome back.
And so just for people who didn't watch the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about how to manage stress during this time. COVID has been very stressful for everybody, and to make things worse, social unrest is happening now. So things have been really stressful for all of us. And it is really important for us to take time to manage our stress better during this time. So we talked about sleep last time, and this time we're going to talk about food. And then if we have a chance, we'll talk a little bit about social connections.
And I'm just going to say, in general, it's really important to take care of ourselves right now. And we sometimes think it's a little selfish because we're here for other people. But if we're not able to take care of ourselves, we're not able to take care of others as well. And the healthier we can stay right now, the less chances of us getting sick. And again, being able to be around for ourselves and for others. So this is really important to kind of follow and take care of yourselves at the same time.
And if you have any particular concerns about what you are going through during this time, please ask your question now. We can answer those questions, and or put it in the chat so that we can see the question and answer it. So please feel free to do that. Otherwise, we will talk about things that we think are important, but you may have particular questions. So please don't hesitate to do so. Okay. So what happens when we are under stress in terms of our food intake? We tend to feed our stress. So we kind of tend to go towards those snacky, starchy, sugary foods whenever we are under stress. Late night snacks become, late night ice cream tastes really good.
Which we're very guilty about.
Yes. But chips during the day, especially Indian snacky food tends to be fried food, and that we often consume that throughout the day. And what you have to realize is that when you're doing that, you're often feeding your stress. So instead of dealing with your stress, what you're doing is just opening your mouth and feeding whatever is around, feeding it whatever is around. So good nutrition. So let me talk about that. So when we eat food like that, starchy, sugary foods, processed food, one of the things that happens is that it disturbs our immune system also. So and our gut absorption. So it creates a completely different gut bacteria than what healthy food does, which lowers our immunity and makes us more susceptible to getting COVID or any other infection. So that's why it's really important to eat healthy during this time.
And in some of these foods, actually, the reason we go towards them is in the moment, it makes us feel good. It gives us a little high, the sugar high. But if you notice and really kind of think about how you feel later, you get a really down low and your body starts to feel very, very sluggish. So it's not this maintained energy that you'll get from these kinds of foods. So again, it's really, really important that we try, instead of filling our homes with these yummy, oily, sugary snacks, try and fill the home with a lot of fresh vegetables and frozen vegetables, produces. And if you're not able to shop as often, and right now we shouldn't be, and that's another actually a good point to make a list of things that you need. Make a list of what you're planning to make for the week and limit the amount of times you go out to the grocery store. Every time we go out, we're taking a chance, right? So be really, really careful and limit the amount of times you go out and make your list and plan to make some healthy snacks for home. If you want something sweet, try and go into a natural sweetener, eat some fruits. There are a lot of other sweeteners that we can use that are natural, not the artificial sweeteners that you can use to sweeten your food, whether it's maybe honey or agave. I know that sometimes in our religion or culture, we're not always using honey, but there's other ones that we can use that are natural. Coconut sugar is also another option. So again, trying to stay away from processed food, from snack with lot. If you have a lot of ingredients on your food, it's not something you want to eat. Um, and then really having something that's rich in fiber. So again, think of a color of the rainbow, and that's what you want to eat all day, whether it's fruits and vegetables from the color of your rainbow, and a lot of whole grains. Um, I know for me, I can't eat that much food sometimes, so I just make a big smoothie and I put a lot of good stuff in my smoothie, and I make a smoothie for myself, and I have that so that I get a lot of nutrients in a big cup of green smoothie. It's kind of ugly looking, but it's really nutritious. He doesn't like it. So,
I make her add some fruits to it before I'll drink it. But
yeah.
yeah, whatever way you like it.
Mhm.
But using vegetables and fruits to make a smoothie is a great idea. Using herbs and spices in your food instead of sugar and salt is also a great idea. So use
Cinnamon, great
Yeah.
way to sweeten something without even putting sugar. And then a lot of we're very lucky. Our Indian herbs like turmeric, ginger, cardamom, garlic, if you eat garlic, black pepper. These are all really rich in to reduce inflammation in the body. So they're really great ways and spices to add. And most of this we already add into our food, which we're really fortunate. Um,
Also, when you shop, and if you do shop for processed food, learn to read the ingredients, because sugar, they've learned to hide sugar in so many different ways. There are actually about 60 names for sugars,
mm,
and what you'll find is that there may be 5 different sugars that they've added to your processed food, so that none of those names are very recognizable. So you may not even realize that it's sugar. uh, but be very careful, and look at the total carbohydrates. That will kind of tell you how much sugar is there in your food.
And then finally, and Pranav is really good about talking about this, and he does some exercises with patients sometimes, but really eating mindfully, eating slowly, like look at your food. Take time to touch it or look and smell and appreciate what we're eating. Sometimes we just eat to finish or watching TV or having conversation or on our phones, and we actually don't even know what we're eating. And this can help you digest the food better, when we appreciate our food, the food appreciates us. So it's the same kind of idea. And I know you have a little more to say about that.
So, as we've learned in yoga and Ayurvedic medicine, learn to chew your food very, very slowly, because digestion actually starts in your mouth. So if you're not chewing your food properly, your stomach is getting food that's not prepared for the stomach. When you're chewing your food, it also sends a signal to your stomach, and it gets ready for digestion. So it's really important to chew your food slowly. And then, if you're eating with a fork, make sure that you put the fork down between every bite, so that you're not shoveling your food down your throat, but you're kind of taking the time to enjoy the food, taste the food, and slowly chew it and digest it well. So make sure you put the fork down in between bites if you're eating with a fork. It's better to actually eat with your hands, because you then can feel the texture of the food, which is also important in our appreciation and enjoyment of food. So, so keep that in mind also.
I remember that podcast we listened to once, and it said, chew your liquids and uh, then what? And liquefy your solids.
Right.
And so it's like really, even if it's a liquid food, like almost chewing first to get the digestive enzymes working in the body.
Okay, so any questions? If there are any questions about food, we can definitely answer those. But I think we have covered most of the points that we wanted to make. And if there are no questions, then we should probably go to yoga now. And next week we'll talk about a really important topic, which is social connections. So how important are connections in our life? What purpose do they serve, and how they help not only our heart health, but overall health, our immunity, everything. So we'll talk about that next time. If you have any questions about that, please make sure that you post the questions before next week so that we can address those questions. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to just readjust the camera so that
the breathing first.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about
Brahmarika breath.
And so I chose a new breath today to practice. And this is another one that we can use anytime during the day, and any age group can use it. And I'll explain to you how to do it in a moment. But I have a little list here because I can't remember always all the different benefits. And again, we'll send this to Nitin Bhai, and he can post it so people have the list if they like it. But basically, the Brahmari Pranayam helps with stress management, with self-peace. It has a lot, and it's called the humming bee. So you'll feel the humming in the head and inside your body. It also does help a lot with different heart issues like heart disease, heart blockages, hypertension, blood pressure. And the vibration of this humming bee breathing has a lot of special effects on the brain. And it's really highly beneficial for headaches or migraines, stress that we might feel, even panic attacks that we might get, especially during this time. Like we sometimes just get really anxious and we're not even sure what's going on. Also, it helps with confidence. And, for those people who get angry or over small things, none of us do that. But if we do,
not me.
No, never. It can also help with kind of just having that sense of anger or anxiety that kind of comes up, and you're even over little things. Helps with negative energy in the body, and even it's great for insomnia, which I know right now sometimes it's just hard to sleep, but so much on our minds. So let's go ahead and try this out. And again, we'll do it again next week. So don't worry if you can't get it the first time. And this is what we'll be doing. All right, so we'll be breathing in the nose and out of the nose for this one. And you'll take the middle two fingers and the thumb, and we'll just explain it first. The thumbs will go gently into your ears, and the middle two fingers will gently go in the inner eye. And the first finger will be resting on your forehead, and the pinky will just kind of drop wherever it feels good. And then from there, what you'll do is you'll breathe in the nose, and you'll just say the word Om in your mind. So as you breathe in, you'll say Om, and as you breathe out, you'll do a sound. The sound is coming from the throat and kind of up into the nasal passage and then out of the nose. And you want the face to be very relaxed, the neck to be relaxed, the shoulder to be relaxed. And if you do this correctly, you'll feel a lot of vibrations in the head, in the mind, and it's really a great way to it's like massaging the brain almost, right? So let's go ahead and start this. We'll do maybe 2 or 3 of them today, and then we'll go into the practice.
So again, the thumb in the ear, middle two fingers on your eyes, the index finger on the forehead.
Take a deep inhale, say the word Om in your mind, and exhale with this humming sound. We'll do that again 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, Om in the mind. And one more. You make it as long as you can, as deep as you can. Inhale. And then keep your eyes closed, relax the hands, and then just notice what you feel. Maybe you feel more awake, a little more calm. And then you can just open your eyes. And again, we'll do this again next week, and we'll send this the description of this breath, because you really want to try and do this every day. And it can really be done any time of the day. Most everything should be done before sunrise. I know I'm not up at before sunrise, so I do it when I feel like I need it, and I try and do it at least a couple times a day. So again, please feel free to, and practice it. Practice with your children, practice with your parents. Do it whenever you can. These are both really great breathing exercises to use. So today, he's going to go ahead and fix the computer, but I decided to teach Surya Namaskar, our sun salutation. And we've been told that instead of emphasizing the chair, which we'll still have here, we're just going to really emphasize the floor practice. If anyone feels really strongly about having the chair be more prominent in the practice, please let us know, and we'll continue to have the chair in the center. Otherwise, we will start the practice on the mat. And then today, how I want to start is in child pose. So your toes will be touching, the knees are out, and then sit into your heels. And then you're going to lengthen your spine forward, all the way forward, and reach forward with the palms. Okay? And you notice my spine is nice and long, there's no rounding, and then resting my forehead on the ground. Okay? And since we already did our breathing, just take a nice long deep breath in the nose to fill the belly. And then exhale slowly out of the mouth. Just let go of other thoughts and concerns, the stale air in our body. One more, let it go. And then for the rest of the practice, we're going to use our Ujjayi, our nasal breath, breathing in the nose and out of the nose. And really stay focused on your breath. Stay present in this moment. Be kind to yourself with no judgment, and listen to your body, and only go as far as your body wants to go today. As you press the palm, you're going to lift the head and chest off the mat, and gently walk your hands over to the right side. You can just keep it here and reach, or take the left hand on top of the right. And notice my left shoulder may have lifted. So I'm going to drop the left shoulder down and reach my hands forward. You feel a stretch in the left side body, in the armpits, in the hips. And then slowly walk your hands to the left side. Same thing, your left rib touching the left thigh, right hand onto the left hand, and stretch into the right side body. And then come back to center and walk your hands back in. And if you're okay to sit like this in Virasana, we'll be here for a moment. And then we're going to just lengthen the arms straight up. I'm just kind of warming the body up before we do our sun salute or Surya Namaskar. And exhale, press it back, warming into the knee joint, warming the shoulder joints, and inhale, lift. And exhale, press it back, lengthen the spine. Inhale, reach up and stay here. If you need extra cushion, bring some cushion under the knee. And then exhale to cactus and press the shoulders back, press the palms back, elbows forward. And inhale, lift. And then reach the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers. Press the elbows back, press the knuckles back, and lift the arms up, stretching into the armpits, into the chest. And then bring the hands forward, interlace one more time, and then press the palms forward, tuck the chin in. And then one more inhale, lengthen. And release the hands to the back of the head. Good. And then we're just going to lengthen the head a little bit so that we're kind of lengthening the neck here. And then exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, bring your head straight forward and let your head gently relax back into the hands. And come back to center. And release the hands. And then we're going to come onto all fours and just kind of warm up the back. So bring both hands down onto tabletop and notice the knees and hips are lined up and wrist and shoulders. And again, the biceps are facing forward. So the eye of the hands are facing forward. And if you want, you can keep the hands on the knees as well so you don't have to come so low. And then from here, open the collarbones, let the belly fall down, let the tailbone lift, and open the heart to the front. Open the collarbones, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, around the back, bring your chin to chest. And then just kind of listen to your breath and let your body move with your breath. As you inhale here, and exhale. And then come back to your neutral spine. And then imagine the thumbs are trying to touch each other, even though you're not moving the hands. And you will kind of light up the muscles in the chest and the upper back. And then lengthen the right leg straight out. And see if you can lengthen the left arm. And you can just keep the left hand down if it feels better here. And just hold it here. So tuck the belly tight. Reach and lengthen. Press the right heel back. And release the right leg. Left hand will go back down and just turn your body over to the side. Listen to a side plank here. Deep breath. You can even maybe lift that toe up if you feel like you want more. And if those who like big challenges, maybe lift that knee off the mat and make that leg and release. And we're going to come back to center. And we'll go to the other side. So this time my right hand will lengthen and my left leg. And this is a great way to strengthen the core, but you're also strengthening the spine and aligning your spine here. And then again, lift for 2 and 3. And hold it there. And then release that left leg. And I'm going to just turn my body so I can keep facing you guys. And then go into side plank from here. Remember, my hands are all in a straight line. And then if you want, you can lift the toe or even lift the knee up on the mat. Hold it there. And release. And then we're going to go into a low lunge. Just again, get ready for your chaturanga. So, and for your sun salutations. Right foot's going to come forward and then come back up. So here we are. And then you're just going to bring your hands onto your thighs. Bring the right foot slightly forward and then exhale, bring the hips forward. But notice I'm not doing a back bend here, right? I'm actually keeping the knee on top of the ankle. We'll do this later in our Surya Namaskar. And bring the chest up and get a stretch into the hip. And come back in. We're just going to go right to the other side. So hands come down, right leg back, left leg forward, and inhale left. Hands on thighs. And again, let your hips come forward and down. And chest comes up. Relax your shoulders. Press them down instead of into the ears. And press the heel deep into the ground. And come back up. Bring both hands back down and the left leg comes down. And I'm going into chaturanga, which is a intricate part of our sun salute. Bring the hips slightly down. Squeeze the elbows in. And we're going to do a few of these, and these are your first choice. So you're going to let your shoulders come beyond your wrist. So you can see how I went from here to here. Bend the elbows and squeeze them in towards each other and then bend them back. And maybe just go down an inch and press it up. We'll do a couple of those. Just strengthening the back of the arms. Press it down and lift it up. And if you're on a chair, you can kind of just go in and out from here, right? And one more time. Press it down and up. And let's come all the way down. You can lift the feet or keep them down. And we're going to bring our forehead, chin, and chest down. My hips are still up. And then I'm going to slide my belly down, release my legs, and squeeze my elbows in. Lift the knees off the mat and go into a cobra or bhujangasana. Shoulders back, knees off the mat. Open the collarbones. Beautiful. and release. And then let's go right to downward dog from here. So turn the toes under and press your body back up. You can go to plank or just go onto your knees and lift your hips up and back into a downward dog. So let's talk about downward dog for a moment. This is also a part of Surya Namaskar.
Maybe just do this chaturanga and this all over one more time, and
Okay.
then go to.
Okay, so let's do that one more time. Let's go back to plank or back to your knees. Shoulders beyond the wrist. Exhale, bend the elbows. Remember, forehead, chin, chest. Forehead, chin, chest. Then belly comes down, slide forward. Elbows squeeze in, kneecaps up, and cobra. You can bring your hands on your legs for you, for your thighs and the abs, your collarbones, and release. And then back up into downward dog. Turn the toes under. And remember, we'll do this over again next week. So if it doesn't happen this week, it doesn't matter. You'll maybe learn one of the poses or all of them. And in your downward dog, your heels can be off the mat. Your knees can be bent. But you want a straight arm, straight spine. You want the belly button to be reaching towards the thighs. And you want your neck to be long. And just take a breath here in your downward dog. Remember, you can keep the knees bent if that feels better. Decide what's good for you. Take a deep breath in the nose and out of the nose. And then gaze forward. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Bend the knees and let your body rest on your thighs, stretching the back of the legs before we continue. And let the forehead reach towards the shins. Take your hands opposite elbow, opposite hand. And lift the hips up, but don't let your body come off the legs. You want to do that, but don't do it. And then lean forward and press the heels deep into the ground. And again, lean forward and press the heels down. And then slowly release the arms and roll on up. And inhale, lift it straight up. And exhale, bring your hands back to heart. And release the hands to the side. So start here in Tadasana. And we're going to just do a few more movements here before we get into our sun salute. I want to make sure I have enough time. Okay, we're good with time right now. And we're just going to stretch the arms out a little bit. So just kind of press the arms up and back for 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the right knee up and press it back and up and back, kind of loosening up that hip joint a little bit here and up, and then bring it out to the side and bring it in and kind of swing it side to side. You can always hold on to a chair while we do this as well, right? So this is also a good way to do it. And just swinging the legs out and in, loosening up the hip joints. And the other side, same thing. You're going to bring it up and back and lift and back. So here we go, like this, and press and lift. 2 more. And then stay here, our leg to the side, and in and out. Imagine my heel is going to be the one that's reaching over to the side. If you notice, my heel is going that way and that way. You're working into this glute as well, outer thigh. 1 more. And release. And let's get started. So we're in Tadasana here. Toes are slightly turned in. You're pressing through all 4 corners of the feet. Now imagine that the outer hips are pressing in towards your center, and the tailbone might be sticking out. So you're going to tuck the tailbone under. Relax the shoulders down. And here we go. Ready? I'll take our time, and I'll give you lots of options, and then we'll go through it one more time all the way through. Here we go. Inhale, lift it straight. Oh, sorry. Let's start again. Inhale here. Take a deep breath, and then exhale, bring your hands together. Press the palms, activate the chest and the upper back. Inhale, lift straight up, maybe a small back bend. And then exhale, forward bend. Keep the biceps next to your ears. Use your core to come all the way down. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees if you need to bend them. Bring the forehead towards the shins. And then keep the palms on the ground, flat on the ground, and walk forward and bring the right leg back. Right knee comes down. And then you're going to lift that right knee up. And lift up. Inhale. You can keep your hands up or keep your hands on the leg or on the hips, whatever feels better. And then reach up high. And then exhale, bring the hand down. And the left leg comes back. And we're going to go into chaturanga. We walked through this already twice. And exhale, chin, chest. Elbows squeeze in, slide forward. For Bhujangasana, elbows in, kneecaps up, lift the heart. Tuck the toes under, maybe plank, maybe your knees, and exhale. Press your palms forward if you're on your chair. Stretch into your hamstrings. And then gaze forward and bring the right leg forward. Left knee down. And inhale up. Again, the knee and ankle are lined up. Hands come up or stay on the leg or on your hips. Gaze up. And exhale, hands come down. Frame your foot. Turn the toe under. And then bring the left foot to meet the right. And then inhale to come all the way up. Again, hands are next to the ears. Keep the body strong and lift all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, hands back to the side. And take a breath. So we'll go through that all the way through one more time. And then we'll continue again next week. So this time we'll start with our left leg. Right. So here we go. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, namaste. Press your palms together. Inhale, lift straight up. Maybe a back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Biceps next to the ears. Spine is straight as you come down. Touch the ground. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring your palms all the way down. And then this time your left leg comes back and left knee comes down. Notice my left knee is far back. And then inhale left. Arms up. And for you can lift that knee up. And then come down and chest open. Good. And release. Right knee comes back. And you're going to finish to chaturanga. Elbows squeeze into the ribs and come all the way down to the ground. Chin, chest. Slide forward. Bhujangasana, cobra. Elbow squeeze. Collarbones open. Knees off the ground. Turn the toes under. And lift to plank or onto all fours. And exhale, downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remember, neck is long here. Deep breath. Squeeze the hips up and back. You're going to gaze forward and bring the left foot forward next to left thumb. And notice again, you might have to use your hands sometimes to press the foot forward and release the right knee down. And from here, you can keep the hands here to lift, inhale, or lift it up, or even on your thigh. So lots of options. See what feels good to you. Press the shin down and then bring it down. Right leg will come in to meet the left. And then bring your hands and body up forward so you have a straight line here. Biceps next to the ears. Use your core to lift up. Inhale. And exhale, hands back to the side. Relax the shoulders and take a moment. And just notice your breath. The quality. The rhythm. And since we have a little extra time, we'll go ahead and do some stretches and then kind of go into meditation. Also, just a quick thought for all of you. I have a video on this entire tutorial of Surya Namaskar, and I have one also on a chair. So we'll send a link to, again, Nitin Bhai, and he can send that to all of you. So if you want to practice it, watch it. If you have somebody who wants to be on the chair and do it, you have that option as well. All right, so let's go ahead and go into a wide stance. Okay. And we'll go and do a goddess pose, so our toes are out. You're going to bend your knees and drop your shoulders. Press the palms, really press them tightly together. Good. Take a deep breath. And then just inhale, lift into star pose, open the arms, and then exhale, bend the knees. And again, watch that the tailbone is straight up and down. The knees are towards your pinkies. Okay, one more time, inhale, lift. And then again, one more. See if you want to maybe take a little challenge and lift the heels off the mat and come a little low and take a deep breath. Release the heels and lift up and release. And we'll just go to do a warrior. We'll do a triangle pose today since we did warrior last week. The left toe will turn 45 degrees in, right toe will face the front of the mat. And then take your hands on your hips and slightly turn the hips over to the right side. And then take your hand on the right hip joint. This is where the creases are in your hands, and press that hip. Right? So we're not doing any bending in the waistline. And then take your hands to be parallel to the mat, so it's straight across the ground. And as if someone's pulling this hand, you're going to keep reaching and reaching and reaching as much as you can. I have a straight line. This is a triangle. There's no curves in a triangle. It's a straight line. And then you release the right hand and the left hand up. So I'm going to show you some options. This is a great triangle because I have straight lines. I still make triangles everywhere. I don't have to come low. This is totally beautiful as well, right? So again, no one's watching. Listen to your body and know what's right for you. Once you're in your triangle, you're going to press the back towards the back wall. You're going to unshrug the shoulders and lengthen the spine. So again, you're making a straight line. Press into both feet. Take another deep breath and triangle. And again, you could be here. You could be here. All of this is great and perfect. And then come all the way up. Inhale, press your hips forward and lift the arm up to reverse. Down, hand comes down, and turn this toe forward. We'll go to the other side. So left toe turns, right toe slightly in, hands on pelvis, and shift it to the left. Take your hand onto the hip joint and press, and then hands are parallel. And as if someone's pulling your hand, you're going to keep reaching, 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 and then release. Right hand comes up. So I have a straight line from my finger to my fingers. I have a straight line from my hip to my shoulder, straight line from my hip to my shoulder, and then this is also great. We can go as far as we need to today. And then when we're unshrugging the shoulders, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze your glutes a little bit. Deep breath, Trikonasana. And as you come up, squeeze the feet down, lift your body up, shift your hips, inhale, and release. And just walk the feet in or jump them in. And we're going to gently come right to the ground and just finish off in a twist so we can get ready for meditation. So we're going to come on down. Oh, we have 6 minutes. I'm going to do a little ab work with you. And we're going to go ahead and roll the body back down to the mat. So roll it all the way down.
I don't think I can do that on the chair. So.
And lift the legs up. Here we go. So legs up the wall. Just take a moment and let the blood flow. Take some deep breaths. And then you can stay like this longer because the longer you stay, the more benefits you'll get. Or you can join me for some ab work here. So bring your hands onto your shins. As you exhale, lift it up and release. Let's go. And it's 5. And down. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then keep your hands here and scissor the legs. Right leg comes down and scissor. And scissor them for 5. And scissor. You can keep the head up for a little extra. Either bothers your neck, you keep your head down. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then hands behind your head, bend the knees. And we'll just end with a few bicycles. Lift the head and chest. Try and get the right elbow to left knee. And switch. And switch. And switch. 4 more. It's 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And release. Keep your legs here. Knees and ankles make a letter L. Arms come out. Take a deep breath in the nose. As you exhale, let the legs roll to the right. And then turn your head to the left. Relax your hips, relax your glutes, relax your belly. Take a deep breath in the nose and out of the nose. And then gently, as you squeeze the belly in, come back to center. And then you can kind of wiggle around to make sure the hips are even. And then let the legs roll to the left. Gaze to the right. Take a deep breath in the And then come back to center. And let the legs come down. Sometimes it feels good just stay here. Or you can come to seated. So if you can be here, you can have your legs out and just do your meditation here lying down. If you're sitting in a chair, you can always come back up into your chair or onto the ground. And then just close your eyes, relax the shoulders, straight spine, neck is long. Take a deep breath. Let it go. And just remind ourselves to live your life full of love and compassion and kindness to yourself and to all living things. We are all one. Namaste for me. I'm just getting ready for meditation. Thank you.
And if you can keep taking some breaths in and out, and I will start the meditation in 1 minute. Keep focusing on your breath as we do this meditation. Maybe take a few deep breaths to increase your awareness of how your breath feels in your body. So maybe breathe in through your nose and then let out a long, slow exhale through your mouth, pursing your lips as if you are blowing air out through a straw. So make a sound as you're breathing out. And as you do this, feel your body relaxing and releasing any tension in your body and in your mind. Just simply letting go of all those worries and tensions of the day. Allow yourself to go from the usual mode of doing. We're constantly doing things in our lives. So let yourself go from that usual mode of doing to a mode of non-doing, of simply being in this moment. Not trying to do anything, not trying to get anywhere, just simply being in this moment with your breath. Living life one inhalation and one exhalation at a time. Breathing in, breathing out. Watching each breath appear and disappear. And feeling that wave in our body as our chest rises and falls with each breath. And riding that wave. Now gently bring your attention to the world of your senses. Start by focusing on your sense of smell. Take a deep breath in through your nose and notice any smells that you may feel in your environment. And then shifting to the world of sounds. Just noticing all the sounds without trying to figure out where the sound is coming from. Just listening to the sounds. Then going to your sense of touch. Feeling the touch of your clothes around your body. The pressure that you feel at the place of contact between you and your chair or your sofa or the ground. And shifting to a sense of taste. Just seeing if you feel anything in your mouth, any kind of taste. Taste of your saliva. Now turning to our vision, but without opening our eyes. Internal vision into the world of our thoughts, our body sensations, our emotions. First turning to our body. Just notice all the sensations that you feel throughout your body, from your head to your toes. Any feeling of pressure, warmth, coolness. Maybe you have a feeling of itch somewhere, tingling, numbness. Maybe you feel some tension in your shoulders, your jaw muscles, your eyelids. See if you can breathe in and out and release that tension wherever you feel it. Breathe in and out of your shoulders and release them. Relax your jaw, your eyelids, your neck. Feel yourself sinking deeper into the chair or the ground. Maybe you can hear your heart beating or your abdomen making noises. Whatever it is, whatever is arising within your body, just becoming aware of them, noticing those sensations. Then turning to our thoughts and emotions. Just watching our thoughts appear and disappear. Imagine yourself laying flat on your back in a field and watching the clouds go by. You want to do the same with your thoughts, just watching them go by without engaging in them, without entering into any conversation with them. Just becoming aware of them and noticing them. You may become aware that the mind has a mind of its own. It is constantly analyzing, judging, scrutinizing, planning, remembering. It's constantly comparing and contrasting things. There's a lot of dreams, blaming, a lot of emotions, sad, angry, fearful, joyful, a lot of likes and dislikes. The mind is just busy thinking about this and that, with thoughts rising, forming, and receding all the time. So just watch them appear and disappear. Knowing that they are just thoughts. That our mind is like a monkey, likes to wander and jump around. And what meditation does is it teaches this monkey mind to stay still and focus on the present moment. Just remember that as you experience these thoughts and emotions, try to avoid falling into them, getting caught up in them. But even as you may try, you may find yourself getting caught up in one thought or another, perhaps again and again. And when this happens, don't judge yourself. It happens to all of us. Simply realize that even becoming aware that your mind has got caught up in some thoughts is meditation. That awareness that your mind is not in the present moment is meditation. So once you become aware that your mind has gone somewhere else, just gently, kindly bring it back to this moment. Bring it back to your breath. And as you practice this, practice being aware of the present moment. You'll notice a change happening. Start feeling more balanced. You'll have better control of your emotions. And even when you are in the middle of experiencing a lot of stress, just taking a few minutes to focus on your breath will allow you to clear your mind, think more in a focused manner without getting caught up in all your emotions. I want to thank all of you for sharing this journey with Parul and me. And we hope to see you next week. Same time, same date. Namaste. The spirit within me bows down to the spirit within you.